Statutory warning before you start watching this show. If you're in a polluted area, especially if you're in Delhi, watch this indoor because आपकी health से गंभीर हमारे लिए और कुछ भी नहीं. On the show this week, the Indian Pacers step it up again. The IPL franchise's pre-sale planning. Virat Kohli says don't be judgmental. Puran's thumbnail gets him in trouble. And Shoaib and Bhajji are at it again. Virat Kohli became the Indian captain with most number of innings win in tests, overtaking MS Dhoni as India vanquished Bangladesh by an innings and 130 runs in the first test. Now for all of us kids growing up in the 90s and early 2000s, an innings win for India in a home test always meant spinners ने कमाल दिखाया है. Air India की flight में delay और opposition batsman का end of play spinners के द्वारा. But that stereotype is broken. While the former might be true, this stereotype has been shattered to bits by the Indian Pacers. Ishant Sharma's tormenting bounce, Umesh Yadav's swing and pace with the new ball, and then Shami. Batsman naya ho ya purana, ball naya ho ya purana. Every time Shami is bowling in tests nowadays, it seems like a wicket is in the offing. And I've not talked about Bumrah, I've not talked about Bhuvi. Then there's Chahar, Saini and Siraj in the fringes. वेजिटेरियंस के पास पनीर में इतने ऑप्शंस नहीं होते जितने विराट कोहली के पेस अटैक में हैं. Now this begs a question. MS Dhoni also had a largely similar pace attack, both home and away in tests, and yet it's under Virat Kohli that this pace attack has become so lethal that it's become arguably the best in the world. आपको क्या लगता है? ये विराट कोहली की बैकिंग है? You can tell us always. आपको पता है कैसे? #BuzzThisWeek. The IPL trading window closed last week and some teams did quite a lot of shedding before the auctions next month. Here's a quick lowdown on what each team did. Rajasthan Royals traded their former captain Ajinkya Rahane while retaining 4 of their marquee overseas players. They have a sizable purse and quite a few slots to fill, but expect them to spend a third of that money in buying back Unatkat again. As always. Kings 11 Punjab in the 2019 auction bought some really expensive players, but they were so expensive and so dear to Kings 11 Punjab that they didn't end up using them at all through the season, which means they freed them this season, freeing up the largest purse in the auction. You mystery spinner from MP and you dashing batsman from Goa. Trust me, give your names in the auctions. They love these players and they want to buy you. Sunrisers Hyderabad let go of Shakib Al Hasan for obvious reasons, and they let go of Yusuf Pathan as well for, well, obvious reasons. But they still have a very solid core, so just watch them watch other franchises go at the auctions. Yes, the Chennai Super Kings.
My answer also the same.
They release the number of players they promised, but they have everything in control right here in MS Dhoni's brain. The Mumbai Indians let go of quite a few overseas pacers, but like every other solid team in the competition, they have a solid Indian core. They don't really need anything, but don't be surprised if they go for something at the auctions. The Delhi Capitals are hell-bent on making it count. Expect quite a few fireworks from them in the auctions. The KKR have said, "Sare ghar ke badal dalunga." They've let go of their old war horses from the 2014 championship title, Piyush Chawla and Robin Uthappa. Expect them to go big for quite a few big names at the auction. Now look at these purses of these franchises and look at the number of films doing 100 crores. Who's saying they're slow down? Millennials are only watching cricket and movies. Ever since Glenn Maxwell said that he's dealing with mental health issues, there's been an outpour of support for him, which is unprecedented. And the latest to that list is Virat Kohli. Yes, the Indian captain spoke about it, and this is what he said.
I've gone through a phase in my career where I felt like it was the end of the world. You know, in England 2014, I just didn't know what to do, what to say to anyone, how to speak, how to communicate. And to be honest, there wasn't any, I couldn't have said I'm not feeling great mentally and I need to get away from the game, because you never know how that's taken. And I think what Glenn has done is remarkable. And it'll set the right example for cricketers all over the world that if you're not in the best frame of mind, you try, but I think as human beings, you reach a tipping point at some stage or the other and you need time away from the game. Not to say that you give up, but just to gain more clarity, you tend to take a bit more space. I think these things should be respected and not taken in a negative way at all.
It really must be so tough dealing with all the expectations at the highest level where you play the sport, where every failure is magnified beyond measure. We cut players slack when they have physical issues, they have physical injuries. Then why not cut players slack when they have mental issues? Treat them at par. Nicholas Pooran in the third ODI against Afghanistan in Lucknow was caught scratching the play ball with his thumbnail. Over 60 cameras at the ground. Nicholas, you really thought they won't catch you just because they're looking at pretty faces in the crowd? That's not true. Pooran was charged with a level 3 offence, which meant that he will be banned for 4 T20 internationals. This, though, is the same offence for which Steve Smith, David Warner and Cameron Bancroft were given a year's and 9 months ban respectively. Although these bans were given by Cricket Australia and not by the ICC, do you think Cricket Australia is the stricter parent? Breaking the internet this week, Bhajji और Shoaib में फिर हुई तकरार, but क्या इस बार इस तकरार में है प्यार? This is a funny banter between Harbhajan Singh and Shoaib Akhtar, where Harbhajan Singh says, "Speed kam nahi hui Shoaib," and Shoaib says, "Baaz aaja Bhajji, baaz aaja." Speed kam nahi hui. When did these two play against each other? कुछ पता है क्या? किधर हुआ ये? I don't know what they're talking about. We read all your comments on Sachin Tendulkar's new ODI format and have kept them close to our hearts. We'll show them to Viru sir whenever he's here. Keep sending all your comments and all your queries and all your questions and all your love in the comments and in the tweets. We'll keep it, and maybe one day you'll go from 20 lakhs to 2 crores as well. Life.